Good evening once again, and welcome to Daleville Lady Bronco basketball and Daleville athletics. We're coming to you from Daleville High School, where the Lady Broncos are hosting county rival Westell in a Mid-Eastern Conference contest this evening, the first game of a girl-boy doubleheader against the Warriors this evening. We're getting a little bit of a late start, so I may get interrupted here, but I'll start off with the matchups. First, the Lady Warriors from Westell, they're coached by Ed Giesman. They entered tonight's game with a record of 4-8 or 1-5 in the Mid-Eastern Conference. The Lady Warriors started the season by going 1-5, dropping 4 conference games in that span, with their only win coming over Anderson Prep. In their last 6 games, they've gone 3-3, and they've picked up their first conference win this past Wednesday with a 38-30 victory over the Union Lady Rockets. Our Daleville Lady Broncos are coached by Austin Early. They entered tonight's game with a record of 3-7. They're 0-4 in Mid-Eastern Conference play. They're in 10th place. Westell, as I mentioned earlier, they're in 8th place in the conference. The Lady Broncos are in the midst of a 5-game losing skid, with their last win coming back on November 16th over Knightstown. The recent losses have come against some stiff competition, as the 5-team combined record of those opponents is 38-18. Daleville will look to right the ship this evening against a team that they've had considerable success in the past, as the Lady Broncs hold a 19-6 series edge over Westell in their last 25 meetings. We'll take a short break and be back with the starting lineups. You're listening to Lady Bronco basketball on Daleville Athletics.
Welcome to Daleville High School for tonight's Varsity girls basketball game, a Mid-Eastern Conference game between the visiting Westell Warriors and your hometown Daleville Broncos. Before we introduce the lineup, a message on behalf of Daleville High School and the Indiana High School Athletic Association. Fans, remember that One of the big purposes of high school athletics is good sportsmanship. Decisions that players make on the floor, the coaches make, and the officials make on judgment calls are made in good faith and should be respected. We would like everyone to support your team, but remember to refrain from any negative comments and be encouraging. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Now let's meet the lineups. First of all, for the visiting Westdale Warriors, first in line starter. Number 23, freshman Taylor Williams. Number 32, freshman Kenzie Anderson. Number 20, sophomore Rachel McLaughlin. Number 22, junior Aiden Smith. Number 10, junior Raymond Luzatter. Number 24, junior Lauren Cox. Number 15, senior Alyssa Swinton. And number 31, senior Andrea Swinton. Then on starters for the Westdale Warriors. And now for the starting lineup. Starting at one guard, number 11, senior Josie Pippen. Starting at another guard, number 14, senior Gracie Gillen. Starting at the other guard, number 21, senior Casey Knott. Starting at one forward, number 30, senior Marcy Bunch. Starting at the other forward, number 12, senior Kylie Antrim. The starting lineup for the Westdale Warriors. The Warriors are coached by Ed Eastman. He is assisted by Deb Bernardo and Riley McAllister. And now, ladies and gentlemen, here they are, your Dale Broncos. First and on starters. Number 4, freshman Alexis Purdue. Number 10, freshman Abby Colbert. Number 12, junior Cadence Aiken. Number 13, freshman Emily Simmons. Number 22, freshman Michelle Johnson. Number 24, sophomore Allie Nightingale. And number 40, sophomore Kayla Porter, the long starters for the Daleville Broncos. And now for the starting line. Starting at one guard, number 22, junior Abby Etchison. Starting at another guard, number 5, senior Olivia Miller. Starting at the other guard, number 2, senior Emily Isom. Starting at one forward, number 33, Gwen Schmiegel. And starting at the other forward, number 30, senior Audrey Ross. The starter for the Broncos. The Broncos are coached by Mr. Austin Irving. He is assisted by Joe Grant.
So once again, your starting lineups.
Mr. J.
For Westdale, number 12, Kylie Antrim, she averages about 3 points a game. Number 30, Marcy Bunch, she averages about 3 points a game. Number 21, JC Knott, averages 4. Number 11, Josie Pippen, averages 2. And the leading scorer is number 14, Gracie Gillen, averaging 19 points a game. Getting ready to toss it up. Gwen Schmiedel jumps in to toss it up, or to jump, I should say, against Kylie Antrim. Tip is controlled by, actually, out of bounds. And they're going to give it to the Broncos. As Emmy Isom will trigger it in. Isom triggers the ball into Audrey Voss. Voss now working against some half-court zone pressure by Westdale. Tilting pressure. They go down the baseline and inside. They try to go back into Voss, but it's stolen away. Up with it quickly is Gillen for the Lady Warriors. She puts it around on the lane, no good. But they're going to get Emmy Isom on the bump. And Gillen will go to the line to shoot 2 free throws for the Lady Warriors. Broncos starters are Emmy Isom, Olivia Covert, Maddie Etchison, Audrey Voss, and Gwen Schmiedel. First free throw by Gillen is up and good. Gillen's second free throw off the back iron, no good. Rebound is finally cleared off by Schmiedel. Schmiedel gets it up to Voss. Voss in the backcourt gets it up to Isom. Isom loses it momentarily and finally stolen away by the Lady Warriors. As Staunton steals it, they give it off to Gillen. Gillen running the point for the Warriors, being guarded by Isom. She's high right side, goes high left side to. They work it around back to Gillen. And that was Bunch, number 30. I think I called her Staunton. Staunton's 31, Bunch is 30. Antrim with it now for Westell, gives it to Gillen. She penetrates in the lane, puts up a scoop shot, no good. Rebound cleared off by Isom of Daleville. Isom gets it up to Voss. Voss on the left baseline, circles back out, thinks about a three, skips it across, but has it stolen away. She tried to pass it to Isom, but it was stolen by Gillen. Gillen, a little ball hawk there, obviously the best player on the team, averaging 19 points, and with some others, runs a point guard as well. For the Warriors, got a whistle on the foul against Daleville as they tried to pass it into the point, to the post, I should say. The foul goes against Voss. That's her first. Bunch will trigger it in for Westell. Gets it into Gillen. Gillen, three-pointer left wing off the backboard. No good. Rebounds cleared off by Schmiedel. She gets it up to Isom. Isom penetrates. And we're going to get a blocking foul against Gillen of Westell.
Westell foul on number 14, Gracie Gillen, her first, team's first.
Isom underneath her own basket. She'll pass it in. Lobs it high to Edgison, back to Isom on the right baseline. Back to Edgison. Back to Isom. Isom right wing tries to go inside. Schmiedel, but it's knocked away. Loose on the court. Under a whistle, jump ball. Possession arrow favors the Lady Warriors. Got a whistle. An early timeout by the Lady Warriors. So we'll take a short break. Westell leads at 1-0 here in the early going. Both teams break the huddle. Be Westell basketball, the length of the court. Gillen with it, high right side for the Lady Warriors. She tries to penetrate, but she's bumped by Maddie Edgison. Be Westell basketball on the near side.
Yeah, foul on number 22, Maddie Edgison, her first, team's third.
Bunch to trigger it in for the Lady Warriors. On the near side. Finally gets the ball inbounds, and it goes to Knott. Knott, high left side to Bunch. Bunch goes left wing. She reverses it around to Raven Luzader, Warrior into the contest. Baseline runner is put up there by Gillen, no good. We got a rebound. Foul on the rebound, I should say. It's going to go against Westell.
14, Gracie Gillen, her first, team second. Number 12, by Mankin.
Broncos still looking to crack the scoring column as we're nearly 2 minutes into this one. Edgison. She'll bring it into the front court. And there's a three-pointer off the back iron. No good. Rebound cleared off by Isom of the Lady Broncos. She skips it across. There's another wing jump shot by Covert is no good. Out of bounds. They say last touched by Daleville. And substitution for the Broncos. Maddie Etchison sits down in the line for the first time this evening as freshman Trishelle Johnson. Not with it now for Westell. Comes near side with it to Bunch. Bunch tries to pass up top to Antrim, but it's nearly stolen away by Covert. Antrim regains possession in the backcourt, and now up into the front court, it goes to J.C. Knott. Near side to Bunch, down the baseline to Antrim. Antrim tries to go inside, but it's knocked away, stolen away up quickly. It's Trishelle Johnson. Her runner in the lane's off the back iron. No. Rebounds cleared off by Luzader. Luzader gives the ball off now to Knott. Knott into the front court. High left side, it comes now to Antrim. Now Bunch with it penetrates. Puts up a runner, right side of the lane. You got to read the whistle and a foul. It's going to be an offensive foul against Bunch. Gives the ball back over to Daleville. 5 minutes to go here, quarter number one. Westdale leads it 1-0.
Number 31, Andrea Stowe, reports in for Westdale.
Stoughton enters the lineup now for Westdale. That's number 31. Trishelle Johnson in the backcourt. Crosses the timeline, goes high right side to Isom. Isom's long three off the back iron, no good. The rebound comes right back to her. Now she works it to the top of the key to Trishelle Johnson. Johnson up by 2 here at the 4:40 mark of quarter number one. Stoughton with it now for Westdale. Stoughton, near side it comes to Knott. Now they go high post with it to Pippin. Now it moves to Antrim, back to Pippin, mid post. Kicks it out. They go down to the baseline now to Luzader, but it's knocked out of bounds. Warriors will retain possession. Not the inbounder. Looking. Goes in deep to Stoughton. Stoughton dribbles left. Comes back near side with it. Antrim. Antrim thinks about the three, but goes left side with it to Knott. Knott high left side. Goes left wing to Stoughton. Stoughton. One dribble goes inside to Pippin. Pippin's turnaround shot is blocked away. Last touch, they say, by Westdale. Gives the ball back over to the Lady Broncos. Substitutions for Westdale. Entering the lineup is Alyssa Stoughton. Trishelle Johnson in the front court. So 2 Stoughtons, Alyssa and Andrea. Emmy Isom with it, right wing, trapped, gives it on the baseline to, there's a runner by Trishelle Johnson, is too strong, whistle. Foul against Westdale. That will go against Knott. Correction, number 12, Antrim picks up the foul. 4 fouls are only going against Westdale as a team. Johnson's free throw. Rattles around, won't go. Substitution now back into the lineup for Westdale. Bunch. She replaces Antrim. Trishelle Johnson ready for second free throw. That one rolls around and falls into a 4-1 Bronco lead as we're past the midway mark of quarter number one. Stoughton now between the circles for Westdale, being guarded by Johnson. Comes near side with it. Knott skips it over to the left wing to Bunch, and she's bumped by Olivia Covert. Foul goes against Covert. 4th of the half on the Lady Broncos as Westdale triggers it in. Stoughton with it between the circles. Comes near side with it to Knott. Knott being guarded by Trishelle Johnson. Knott passes top to top. Now they go left wing to Stoughton. Goes down inside to Luzader. Back out it goes to Bunch. Bunch's three-pointer is up and good. So Marcy Bunch knocks things up at 4 apiece. Trishelle Johnson now between the circles for Daleville. Comes near side with it to Covert. Covert tries to go down inside with it to. Now they skip it near side. There's a 18-footer off the backboard and in for Simmons. Emily Simmons makes it a 6-4 Bronco lead. There's a three-pointer put up by Bunch of Westdale. It's too strong to get to Trishelle Johnson. Johnson into the lane, puts up a runner. It's up and good. Trishelle Johnson ties things at 6. Correction puts Daleville up by 4, 8-4. Stoughton in between the circles. Comes near side with it now to Knott. Back to Bunch. Bunch goes left wing to Stoughton. Stoughton looking, skips it near side. There's Knott. She penetrates in the lane, kicks it back out on top. There's a 15-footer, rattles in and out, no good. That shot was put up by Bunch, and off with it for the Broncos is Trishelle Johnson. Johnson, near side it comes, and there's a runner in the lane. Is no good by Audrey Voss. Put back up. Voss gets the rebound again. It's too strong. Schmiedel now kicks it out to Covert. Covert's 12-footer left wing is no good. We're going to whistle, and they say last touched by the Lady Warriors. So Daleville will retain possession. Audrey Voss will trigger it in. 2:08 to play. Quarter number 2. Broncos lead at 8-4. Quarter number 1, I should say. Voss gets the Schmiedel, but goes off her hand. Picked up by Covert. Covert's 18-footer. Good. Olivia Covert knocks down a long 2-pointer, and that puts Daleville up by a count of 10-4. And we're going to whistle. Looked like possibly a timeout call, but they wave it off. So it'll be Westdale basketball. Bunch gives it off to Stott. Stoughton now dribbles right, goes down the baseline to her sister. Back out up on top, it goes to Knott between the circles. Near side to Stoughton. Stoughton penetrates, puts up a long scoop shot, rattles around, won't go. But she gets her own rebound, kicks it out. And now it goes out on top to Bunch. Bunch kicks it over to Knott. Knott's 3-pointer right wings off the backboard. No, but finally it's cleared off by Stoughton. Near side, it comes to her sister, Andrea Stoughton with it now. Andrea and Alyssa. Andrea's with it now. Goes left baseline to, there's a 3-pointer by the other Stoughton. That was Alyssa. And up with it for Daleville is Trishelle Johnson. Johnson's running the lanes off the iron no. Rebound fought for. Picked up by Stoughton. And we're going to get a foul against Daleville. Looked like it may have been Gwen Schmiedel. There was a scrum in the lane.
Daleville fouls on number 33, Gwen Schmiedel.
That's Gwen's first foul. Team's 5th for Daleville. Substitution now. Maddie Etchison replaces Gwen Schmiedel. So the Broncos go with Johnson, Voss, Etchison, Simmons, and Isom. Into the front court now for Westdale is Stoughton. Stoughton drives left wing, goes down inside with it to Luzader, but it's knocked away, stolen away. Trishelle Johnson with it in the front court. She has it tapped back, but it's a perfect pass to Isom, whose shot's no good. Johnson puts up a shot, it's no good, and finally Westdale comes away with it, and Stoughton into the front court with it for the Lady Warriors. Stoughton looking. Tries to reverse it far side to a teammate. It's no good. Now there's a baseline jump shot by Bunch, I should say. He's in and out, no good. Rebound's fought for. And Trishelle Johnson pulled down the rebound, but I think she was fouled on the play. So Daleville will have it. Foul went against 31, Andrea Stoughton of Westdale. As we're under 30 seconds to play here, Broncos lead at 10-4. Trishelle Johnson walks it up slowly. Trishelle goes inside to Voss. Voss right block, dribbles it off a foot. Finally picked up by Westdale. Now Bunch with it in the backcourt. Down to 12 seconds. Bunch now between the circles. Looking, goes near side to Cox. Cox to Bunch. Skips across far side. There's a 3-pointer up and good by Hayden Smith, and that pulls the Lady Warriors within 3 at the end of the quarter, 10-7. We'll take a short break and be back with second half action. You're listening to Lady Bronco Basketball and Daleville Athletics. Ready to get things underway here in the second quarter. Daleville leads it 10-7. Maddie Etchison trigger the ball in bounds. Gets it in to Trishelle Johnson. Johnson slow dribble between the circles. Dribbles right, gives it off to Isom. Isom long three-pointer is up and good. Emmy Isom, 26-footer there, puts Daleville up 13-7. Staunton now with it for Westdale, goes to Cox, high left side. She drug her pivot foot. Gives the ball back over to the Broncos. So Broncos with an opportunity to extend the lead here in the early going of the second quarter after the three-pointer by Isom. Johnson drives it right. Goes high post with it to Voss. They kick it out to Isom. Back to Voss. Off her hands goes to Trishelle Johnson. Johnson's trapped in the right short corner. Got a whistle and a turnover. Gives the ball back to Westdale. Bunch will trigger it in for the Lady Warriors. She'll get it into Andrea Staunton. Staunton now between the circles. Comes near side to Cox. Cox goes high post to Pippin. They work it around left baseline. It goes to Bunch. Bunch goes inside to Luzader. Back out to Bunch. Her three-pointer left baseline's no good. Rebound's cleared off by Trishelle Johnson. Johnson gets it up to Isom, but Isom can't hold on to it as she loses it out of bounds off the end line. Gives the ball back over to the Lady Warriors. Staunton brings it up for Westdale. Has it knocked away by Johnson, but Sutton comes back up with it, goes to the high post with the Luzader. They work it around right baseline to Bunch. Bunch out on top, it comes to Cox. Still working around the perimeter. Staunton drives right baseline, pull up jump shot is off the backboard. No good. Rebound's cleared off by Audrey Voss of the Lady Broncos. Voss will bring it up herself. Broncos hold a 6-point lead here. 6.5 to go, quarter number 2. Near side, there's a three-pointer by Simmons. It's too strong. But the rebound's cleared off by Isom of Daleville. Gets it to Voss. Voss lets fly with a three-pointer from the right wing. And the rebound's cleared off by Luzader of Westdale. She gives it off to Cox. Cox across the timeline. Gives it off to Stoughton. Staunton now behind her back drill, being guarded by Etchison and Johnson. They go high post with it, and then they kick it out. There's a three-pointer is no good, but the rebound's put back up in by Bunch. So the three-pointer by Smith of Westdale was no good, but Bunch with the follow makes it a 13-9 contest. Johnson in the front court. Near side, it comes now to Simmons. Simmons drives right baseline. She's cut off. Back out to Johnson. Johnson thinks about it, gives to Voss. Voss penetrates. She puts up a wild shot, but she's bumped. So Audrey Voss will go to the line to shoot 2.
Westdale fouls on number 30, Varsity Bunch, her second, team 6.
Foul goes against the Bunch of Westdale. That's the 6th foul against the Lady Warriors. Substitution is occurring for both ball clubs. Let's get those for you momentarily. Voss' second free throw. Off the back iron, no good. Rebound is cleared off by Smith of Westdale. She gets it off to. They go high left side to Staunton. Staunton drives left baseline. She's cut off. Looking. It's knocked away and stolen away. Loose on the floor. And a whistle. We're going to get a traveling call. I don't know really who had possession with it to travel, but I think they're going to allow Westdale to keep possession of the basketball. Staunton will trigger the ball and balance to Antrim. Goes back to Staunton, high left side. Staunton now. Looking, goes high post with it to Pippin. Pippin kicks it out. They work to Smith. Now it goes to, they go down the baseline with it. Staunton's shot is up, and it goes in, and she's fouled. So Staunton, a bit of a wild shot there, but it went down, and she'll go to the line with an opportunity for a three-point play.
Number 4, Alexis Purdue, replaces Audrey Voss.
Voss will sit down as she picks up her second foul. Staunton to the line. looking to complete the three-point play. That's Andrea Stoughton. Free throw's too hard. Rebound's put off by Glenn Schmiedel. She gets it off to Purdue in the lineup now for the first time for Dale. Gives it off to Schmiedel. Schmiedel loses it, fought for, and they're going to get, I think, Andrea Stoughton with a foul on the ball there. So Broncos keep possession. So Andrea Stoughton will sit down and into the lineup. For Westdale returns her leading scorer, Gracie Gillen. Covert ready a free throw. It's off the back iron. Rattles, won't go. Rebounds loose and fought for. Picked up by Gillen. Gillen up with it in the front court for Westdale. Gillen backs it back out. Crossover dribble. Goes inside to Pippen. Her turnaround shot in the lane's no good. Rebound pulled off by Maddie Etchison. Etchison into the front court for Daleville. Etchison thinks about a three. Goes down the baseline. There's a three-pointer put up by Covert. Nothing but the bottom of the net. They say her foot was on the line, so they only give her two, but that makes it a 16-11. Bronco lead is near the midpoint of quarter number 2. Gillen in the front court for Westdale. She lets fly with a three. It's too strong. Rebound's put off by Isom of Daleville. Isom, high right side, looks, thinks about letting it fly, gives it off to Etchison. Etchison drives. She's trapped in the right corner when the whistle and the foul against Smith, I believe, of Westdale.
Westdale fouls on number 22. Ian Smith, her first, Ian Jake.
It's the 8th foul against the Lady Warriors. So Etchison will shoot one in the bonus. McLaughlin sits down for Westdale. Etchison's free throw is up and good. She'll have another. Etchison's second one rattles around and falls in, makes it into 18-11 Bronco lead. Gillen now in the front court for the Lady Warriors. High right side with it, goes high left to Knott. Knott lets fly with a three-pointer left wing off the back iron, no good, but it comes right back to her. She gets the own rebound, and she's still on the dribble. High left, gives it off to Gillen. Gillen, crossover dribble, puts up a runner. She drives right, baseline's too strong. Rebound split off by Emmy Isom after it's batted around. Isom drives into the lane, puts it up, no good, but Emmy's going to go to the line to shoot 2 free throws. It looks like they're going to get Smith again. Correction, the foul goes against Knott of Westdale. Isom's first free throw. Rattles around and falls. Another substitution for Westdale as Smith sits down, and returning to the lineup is number 15, Alyssa Stoughton. Isom's second free throw up and good. The Broncos up by 9 at the 3:50 mark here in quarter number 2. Isom sits down for Daleville, so the Broncos have Purdue back in the lineup. Gillen in the front court now. Dribbles right, looks, gives it off between the circles now to Knott. Knott being guarded by Covert. Dribbles left, gives it back to Stoughton. Stoughton back out on top to Knott. Left wing, it goes to Gillen. Gillen, crossover dribble, drives right. Left baseline. I should say her runner's up and good. Trims the Bronco lead to 7. Purdue now with it for Daleville. Comes near side to Johnson. Now it goes to the baseline to Covert. Covert thinks about pass into the lane to Schmiedel, but she drags her pivot foot in the process. Turnover, gives the ball back to Westdale. 3:10 to play. Broncos lead it by 7. Near side it comes now to Knott of Westdale. Knott gives it to Stoughton. Stoughton drives left, goes left wing to Gillen. She comes near side with it now to Knott. Knott goes down inside to Antrim, back to Knott on the right baseline. She picks up her dribble, comes near side with a bunch. Bunch skips it across to Stoughton. Stoughton loses it, but Gillen comes up with it. She drives left baseline. We got a whistle and foul against Daleville. So Gillen will go to the line. line as Purdue picks up the first foul. That's the 9th of the half for Daleville. Isom returns to the lineup. She replaces Covert. So Emmy Isom. Free throw by Gillen is up and good. Pulls the Lady Warriors within 6, and she'll have another. Second free throw is also good. Makes it a 2015 contest. Purdue into the front court for the Broncos. Goes high right side with an Isom. Isom drives right baseline. She's cut off. Kicks it out on top to Purdue. Purdue goes high post with it to Johnson. Johnson loses it, but it's picked up by Edgison. Edgison left corner. Tries to go inside to Schmiedel, but it's knocked away. Loose ball, fought for it. And whistle. And they say it went out of bounds last touched by not of Westell. Broncos will retain possession. Audrey Voss, arena lineup for Dale. Purdue sits down. Isom triggers it into Johnson. Johnson now between the circles. Drives right. Goes to the baseline to Voss. She skips it out top here to Isom. Isom back to Voss. Right baseline. Skips it out near side to Etchison. Etchison back to Isom between the circles. Isom drives right baseline to Voss. Her three-pointer is partially blocked and out of bounds. Has to be Daleville basketball. Isom looks, gets it into Schmiedel. Schmiedel in the lane. Her jump shot's off the glass and good. So Glenn Schmiedel with the bucket puts Daleville back up on top by 7 as we go under the 2-minute mark here of quarter number 2. Between the circles with it's Gillen. Gillen on the dribble left. Let's fly with the 17-footer off the iron. No good. Rebound's put off by Isom of Daleville. Emmy with it into the front court quickly. Goes down inside to Voss, who's open. Puts up the layup. It's up and good. Makes it a 24-15 game. Nice assist there by Emmy Isom. Connects with Voss to put Daleville up by 9. Near side with it is Knott. Knott to Stoughton. Stoughton drives, puts up a 12-foot runner. It's off the iron, no good. Rebound's put off by Voss. Broncos with a chance to extend the lead here to double digits. If they can connect. Isom goes right side to Etchison, but she sails it over her head out of bounds. Westell, Lady Warrior basketball. Substitution. Stoughton sits down and back in the lineup for Westell is Raven Luzader. And Broncos tried to make another substitution. The ball's put in play, so Gillen with it now between the circles for Westell. She lets fly with a three-pointer straight away off the back iron. No good. Loose spot 4 cleared off by Audrey Voss. Voss is bumped, whistled, and they're going to get Bunch with the foul in the backcourt. About 50 feet from the basket. And that will send Voss to the line as that is the 7th foul of the half on the Lady Warriors. Audrey's first free throws, no good. Apparently, they say she was shooting because they're giving her another. But correction, that is I looked at the wrong team. That's the 10th foul against Westell, so she's in the double bonus. 10 fouls against Westell, only 7 against Daleville. Second free throw by Voss. This one rattles around and falls. Gives Daleville a 10-point lead here as we near the 1-minute mark of quarter number 1. Voss sits down. Schmiedel re-enters the lineup. Gillen in the front court with it for Westell. Gillen being guarded by Purdue. She crossover dribbles into the lane, gives it down the baseline to Luzader, whose shot's up and good. Pulls Westell back with the 8 as we near the 40-second mark. Simmons now with the ball. Goes down the baseline to Etchison. Etchison splits the trap, goes inside to Schmiedel. Her shot lanes off, up and no good. Rebound spot 4. We're going to get a whistle against Schmiedel, I believe. Correction, the foul goes against Westell. Goes against Luzader, so Schmiedel will go to the line. First free throw's too strong. No good. Gwen readies her second. That one rattles around, won't go off the back iron. Rebound's cleared off by Antrim of Westville. She gives it off to Gillen. Gillen in the front court comes to the near side. That is Cox. Cox goes high post to Antrim. Antrim gets it over to Gillen. Gillen's high left side, now dribbles centers it. Gillen crossover dribble. Little move into the lane. Her shot's up, no good. Rebound's cleared off by Schmiedel of Daleville. So Gwen's the right place, the right time. We're under 10 seconds. They work it around the perimeter. Purdue to Trishelle Johnson. Her shot fake spin gets it back out to Purdue. Purdue gets it out. Simmons' three-pointer at the horns off the back iron. No good. And that's going to do it for the first quarter of play. Our score at halftime is Daleville 25, Westdale 17. We'll take a couple-minute break and hopefully be back with some halftime scoring totals. You're listening to Lady Bronco Basketball and Daleville Athletics. We're back at Daleville High School where the Lady Broncos hold a 25-17 lead here at the halftime break of the first of tonight's Mid-Eastern Conference doubleheader between the visiting Westdale Warriors and your homestanding Daleville Broncos. The Lady Broncos jumped out to a 10-7 lead at the end of quarter number one. Then they were fortunate enough to outscore Westdale by a 15-10 count in quarter number two, giving you the halftime score of 25-17. We'll take another break, and like I said, hopefully we'll have some halftime scoring totals. You're listening to Lady Bronco Basketball and Daleville Athletics. Back here at Devil High School, look at some halftime scoring numbers. The Lady Warriors of Westdale appeared to have been led in scoring there by number 30, Marcy Bunt. She had one 3-point field goal in the first quarter, a 2-point field goal in the second quarter for 5 points. Also with 5 points was their leading scorer, Gracie Gillum, who entered tonight's game averaging 19 points a game. She has just 5 points as well. She's 3 for 4 from the line and also had one 2-point field goal. So 5 for Bunch, 5 for Gilland. A 3-point field goal was scored by, get her first name here, Aiden Smith there in the first quarter for 3. And also a 2-point field goal was scored in the second quarter of play by Raven Luzader. So 5 points for a piece for Gilland and Bunch, 3 points for Smith, 2 points for Luzader, and also a 2-point field goal by number 31, and that's Andrea Stott. As we look at our Delville Lady Broncos, they were led in the first quarter there by the 5 points of Audrey Voss. She was 3 for 4 from the line with one 2-point field goal. Emmy Isom had 4 points as she had one 3-point field goal and was 1 for 2 from the line. Olivia Covert had a 2-point correction. Olivia Covert had 4 points, a 2-point field goal in each of the first and second quarters. And Trishelle Johnson, should have read her off first. She also had 5 points, one 3-point field goal and one 2-point field goal. Emily Simmons had a 2-point field goal in the first quarter. And Maddie Etchison was 2 for 2 from the line in the second quarter. So Trishelle Johnson had 5, Audrey Voss had 5, and Emmy Isom had 5 to lead the way for Daleville. Maddie Etchison had 2. Emily Simmons also had 2, and Olivia Covert had 4. So that's going to do it for your first half scoring totals here at Daleville High School. We'll take another couple-minute break. You're listening to Lady Bronco Basketball at Daleville Athletics. We're just about ready for second half action. Broncos come back with Isom, Voss, Etchison, Schmiedel, and Covert. The West Bell basketball to trigger it in. Triggering it in will be Knott. She gets it into Gilland. Gilland now between the circles. Gilland uses the high ball screen there. A bunch goes high post with it to Luzader. Luzader back out on top to Gilland. Between the circles being guarded closely by Edgison. Near side it comes to Bunch. Bunch penetrating the lane. Has a shot blocked away, but off with the rebound is Luzader, or is Pippen, I should say. Pippen gets it out on top. Near side it comes to Antrim. Bunch with it now. Goes into the mid post to Gillen. Gillen dribbles out, finds an open Antrim in the lane. It's up and good. And that makes it a 25-19 spread here in the early going of quarter number 2. Etchison high right side with it for Dalehill. Reverses it to Voss. Voss looking, being guarded there by Pippen. Near side it comes to Schmiedel. Schmiedel looks. Goes to Isom, high left side. She lets fly with a 3. It's off the back iron, no good. Rebound put off by Gilland of Westell. Gilland into the front court. Crossover, tries to go into the lane, but it's knocked away. Loose ball, picked up by Bunch of Westell. We're going to get a whistle and jump ball call. Gives the ball back over to the Broncos as the possession arrow points in their favor. Etchison passes it into Voss, back to Etchison. To Voss now. Dribbles left, being guarded by Pippen down the baseline. It goes to Covert. Covert thinks about the 3, but they guard her tightly. Schmiedel with it, loses it, but picked up by Etchison. Her runner right side, no good. Rebounds cleared off by Pippen of Westell. She gives it off to Gillen. Gillen. Now, there's a 3-pointer right wing by Bunch off the front iron, no good. Rebounds cleared off by Schmiedel. Gwen once again in the right place for the rebound, gets it off to Isom. Goes back inside to Schmiedel. Schmiedel's runner in the lane's no good, but she gets her own rebound, puts it back up. Will not fall, but Gwen will go to the line to shoot a pair.
Westell fouls on number 12. Number Antrim, her second, team's first. When Schmiedel shooting 2.
Schmiedel's first free throws off the front iron, bounces around but will not fall. Gwen's second is up and good. Makes it a 26-19 Bronco lead. Gillen into the front court for Westell. Gillen. Crossover dribble, goes down right baseline to Antrim. Antrim back out on top, it comes to Bunch. Now, top of the key to Knott and a near side to Antrim. Antrim skips it back over to Knott. Knott to Antrim between the circles. She goes high right side with it to Bunch. Bunch being guarded by Schmiedel. Looks, has it knocked away, nearly stolen away. We've got a whistle, and we're going to get a reach and foul. I think it's going to go against Schmiedel. A little ticky-tacky there. Etchison sits down. Michelle Johnson into the lineup. Lady Broncos want to talk things over, so we'll take a short break. This is Lady Bronco basketball. (26-19) the score, 5:42 to play quarter. Number 3, it's Westell basketball out underneath their own basket. Bunch triggers the ball inbounds to Gillen. Gillen's long 3, right wing, rims in and out, no good. Rebounds fought for, but finally come up with for Broncos. Michelle Johnson's her runner in the lane is off the backboard, no good. Rebounds loose and fought for, and up with it is Gillen of Westell. Gillen dribbles through traffic, up with it quickly, pulls up with her Jump shot from the right elbow, no good. Rebounds loose and fought for. And last touch, they say by Trishelle Johnson, will be Westdale basketball on their end. Pippen sits down for Westdale. Luzader re-enters the lineup. They lob the ball inbounds to Luzader, whose shot in the lane's no good, but they're going to get Glenn Schmiedel with another foul. So to the line goes Raven Luzader. The first of her 2 free throws is up and good. And Simmons re-enters the lineup for Daleville, replacing Glenn Schmiedel. Luzader's second free throw rims in and out. No good. Rebounds cleared off by Trishelle Johnson of Daleville. Johnson in the front court. Goes down inside with it. Simmons, but it's knocked away and out of bounds last touch. They say by not of Westdale. Emmy Isom to pass it in under her own basket. She tries to go inside, but a bad pass is stolen away by Westdale, and up with it is Bunch for the Lady Warriors. Bunch now comes near side with it to Knott. Knott, high post, it goes to Pip, to down inside. That was Luzader, goes down inside with it. Antrim, her shot's up, no good. Rebounds cleared off by the Lady Broncos, and up with it's Trishelle Johnson. Johnson. Near side, it comes to far side, I should say. Long three-pointer by Isom's off the front iron, no good. Loose and fought for it. Emmy comes up with it again. Keeps it in the front court. Gives it off to Simmons. Simmons between the circles. She drags her pivot foot. Does a little hop, skip, and jump. Travel. Gives the ball back over to Westdale. Gillen with it high right side for Westdale. Comes near side with it a Bunch. Bunch's three-pointer left wing's too strong. The rebound is cleared off there by Knott, who puts it back up and in and pulls the Lady Warriors to within 4. Nearing the 4-minute mark, Johnson penetrates, kicks it outside to Isom, I should say. Isom splits a trap into the lane, puts up a shot off the iron, no, out of bounds. And the Lady Broncos will retain possession. Substitution, Maddie Etchison re-enters the lineup for Daleville. And sitting down will be number 5, Olivia Covert. They get the ball inbounds to Voss. Out on top it comes to Etchison down the baseline. Tries to go back down the baseline to Isom, but Isom unable to corral the pass. She's irritated as she was unable to keep the turnover from occurring. Gives the ball, nonetheless, back over to the Lady Warriors. Gillen goes high right side to Bunch. Bunch now back to Gillen. Gillen penetrates, pull up, 15-footer off the iron, no good. The rebound is pulled down by Luzader, and she puts it back up and in, and that draws Westdale within 2 as we're nearing the 3:30 mark here of quarter number 3. Johnson with it, and with that, the Lady Broncos won that timeout. We'll take a short break with Daleville holding on to a 2-point lead. Back here at Daleville High School, where the Lady Warriors have trimmed what was a considerable lead, at least 7. I think it was a little bit more than that, but it was at least a 7-point lead for Daleville. Now down to 2 here at the 3:30 mark of quarter number 3. Daleville basketball. Voss with it, drives left wing. She goes all the way down to the baseline, tries to make a pass inside to Simmons, but it's knocked out of bounds. I mean, Isom will trigger it in underneath her own basket for Daleville. Isom lobs it in high to Voss. Voss now, top of the key, kicks it off to Simmons, goes around to Johnson. Johnson is hacked hard there by Knott, 20 feet from the basket. Broncos will retain possession. It's the second foul against Westdale. Near side it comes to Simmons. She's bumped, has it knocked away. Gets it off to Johnson, now to left baseline to Isom. Isom shot fake, dribbles, goes inside to Voss. Voss's shot in the lane's no good, but it's cleared off by Covert. Covert puts it back up, still won't go. Rebound's cleared off by Voss, but I get a whistle and a jump ball called. Possession arrow in favor of Westdale. Bunch triggers it into Gilman. Gives it back off to Bunch. Bunch now between the circles for Westdale, goes high right side to Gillen. She's guarded closely by Trishelle Johnson. Drives right baseline, puts up a layup. Point blank layup, no good, but she comes up with her own rebound, puts up about an 8-footer on the baseline, also no good. Rebound's finally cleared off by Trishelle Johnson. Johnson up quickly in the front court to Isom. Isom goes back inside to Johnson. Johnson tries to dump it off to Covert, but it's out of bounds off of Olivia's foot and gives the ball back over to Westdale. Broncos holding on to a scant 2-point lead here at the 2:30 mark in quarter number 3. Gillen now with it for Westdale. Goes high right side with it to Bunch. Bunch looking. Drives right. Goes down inside. Tries to go inside with it to Rosado. And they're going to get Audrey Voss with an over-the-back foul. And that's Audrey's third. Westdale will have it out under their own basket to get the ball inbounds to Rosado. They will get around the perimeter. Not high right side. Gets back with it to Bunch. Bunch lets fly with the 3. It's nothing but the bottom of the net. And that puts the Lady Warriors on top for the first time in a long time, 27-26. Daleville basketball. Trapped on the near side is Isom. She bounces it off the foot of Knott, so the Broncos will retain possession for under 2 minutes to play. Daleville triggers the ball inbounds. Trishelle Johnson with it, being pressured. Has it knocked in the backcourt, but last touch by Westdale before it goes out of bounds, so it'll still be Bronco basketball. Isom triggers it into Johnson. Johnson dribbles right, crossover into the lane, puts up a runner, off the iron, no good. She gets her own rebound, kicks it out to Covert. Covert's 3-pointer is up, no good. Rebound is cleared off by the Warriors. Gillen into the front court. Gillen now between the circles. Minute 20 here to go, quarter number 3. Gillen still on the dribble. Backs it back out. Now comes with it to the near side. Still on the dribble, being guarded by Isom. Spin dribble into the lane. 17-footer from the elbows. Off the back iron, no good. Rebounds pulled off by Luzader. She puts it up, no good. Finally cleared off by Trishelle Johnson of Daleville. Trishelle into the front court. Gives it off to Isom. Isom looking, skips over to Voss. Voss drives the lane, puts up a runner, no good, but she's fouled. So Audrey Voss will go to the line to look to bring the Broncos even and possibly put them on top here at the 51-second mark of the third quarter. Voss's first free throw is up and good. Smith re-enters the lineup for Westdale. As Antrim sits down, Voss's second free throw is also good. That puts Daleville back up by 28-27. And re-entering the lineup for the Lady Broncos is Olivia Covert. So the Broncos have both Olivia and Abby Covert into the lineup now. Gillen into the front court. 45 seconds to play quarter number one. We'll see what Westell does with it on this possession. They go high right side with the Bunch. Bunch looking now between the circles. That's not with it. Tries to go back to Bunch, but it's knocked away, stolen away, and up with it to the Bronco is Isom, but it's kicked around and picked up by Gillum of Westell. Her 10-footer in the lane's up and good. That puts Westell back up on top, 29-28. Stolen away. The ball inbound is stolen by Bunch of Westell. She puts it up and scores. So a flurry of points by Westell here puts the Lady Warriors up by a score of 31-28. And Bunch will have a chance to extend the lead to 4 if she can knock down this free throw. 20.9 seconds to play. Quarter number 3. Bunch's free throw. Up and good. 32-28. Lady Warrior lead here is what could be the last possession of the third quarter. In the front court with the Dale Bills Edgerton. Maddie drives it left. Being guarded closer. She's trapped and she picks up her dribble. Isom goes down inside to Voss. Voss scores it. Nice pass by Amy Isom inside to Audrey Voss. And that pulls the Broncos back within 2 with 5.4 seconds to play. And Audrey Voss can pull them to within 1 if she can knock this free throw down. Audrey's free throws up and good. Makes it a 32-31 ball game. Substitution. Voss sits down into the lineup for the first time tonight. It's Pattingale. 5.4 seconds to go. Westell triggers it in. Gillen with it in the backcourt. 3 seconds. She crosses over. She lets fly with a three-pointer. Up and good. They left Gillen wide open. Gillen buries the three-pointer at the horn to give Westell a 35-31 lead at the break here over our Lady Broncos. We'll take that break and be back with fourth quarter action. You're listening to Bronco Basketball on Dale Athletics. Back here at Daleville High School, ready for the fourth quarter of play. In that third quarter, Westell outscored Daleville 18-6 to take what's now a 4-point lead after trailing by 7 at the halftime break. Bronco with it now, Covert with it high left side. On the dribble, she's trapped and stolen away. Up with it for Westell's Bunch. Bunch takes the length of the court. She's fouled hard by Covert. That's Olivia Covert. That's on the shot. So Bunch will shoot 2 free throws and extend with a chance to build on that 4-point Westell lead. Bunch's free throw rims in and out, no good. Second free throw is up and good. Makes it 36-31 Warrior lead here. Early going fourth quarter. Etchison now. Into the front court. Crosses over into the lane. Kicks it out to Covert. Near side it comes to Isom. Isom's trapped on the right wing. Dribbles right baseline. Tries to go inside with it, but it's knocked away and stolen away by Westell. Up with it for the Lady Warriors is Stoughton. Stoughton into the lane. Tries to put up a shot, but she's fouled hard. She goes hard to the floor. in considerable pain there. So Stoughton will go to the line, shoot a pair of free throws.
Yellow foul, number 22, Maddie Anderson, her second, team 6. Andrea Schroeder, shooting lead for Westlaw.
It's the sixth foul of the half on the Warriors. First free throw rattles around, will not go. She'll have another. Substitutions, Voss and Johnson back in the lineup for Daleville, replacing Etchison and Pattengale. Second free throw by Stoughton is up and good. Makes it 37-31. Lady Warrior lead. Michelle Johnson walks it up slowly. Comes near side with it to Isom. Isom looks, drives right. She's trapped, has it knocked away, stolen away by Westell. Up with it for the Lady Warriors is Stoughton in the backcourt. Stoughton now penetrates, has it knocked away, loses it, picks it back up. Drives right side, going to go whistle a foul against Michelle Johnson.
Yellow foul, number 23, Michelle Johnson. The first, team 7, Andrea Schroeder, shooting 1 bonus.
So Andrea Stoughton will go to the line to shoot the 1-on-1. Warriors lead it by 6. Free throws off the back iron, no good, but the Westlaw gets their own rebound. It's loose and fought for, picked up there by Luzader, but they say she traveled. So break there for Daleville. As the Broncos get it back, a chance to cut into the 6-point lead substitution. Simmons re-enters the lineup for Daleville. Sitting down is Olivia Coburn. Johnson triggers it into Voss, gives it back to Johnson. Johnson in the backcourt, being guarded by Gillen, comes near side with an Isom. Isom's trapped on the right wing. She dribbles out of it, using the ball screen from Voss, but she's bumped, it's knocked away, it's stolen away. We're going to whistle and a reach-in foul against Emmy Isom. So turnover and a foul against Daleville.
Gracie Gillen shooting 1 bonus.
Gillen to the line to shoot the 1 bonus for Westell. Pippin back in the lineup for Westell, replacing Smith. Free throw is in and out, no good. Rebound cleared off by Voss. The Broncos getting some breaks here as Westell's not knocking down free throws. If they would, they'd be up by maybe 10. But it's a long three-pointer by Emmy Isom. Isom buries another 3. That pulls Daleville back within 3. 37-34 your score, 6:20 to play here, quarter number 4. Gillen lobs it high post to Luzader, gives it back to Gillen, long 3, banks it in. So Gillen with a bank in 3-pointer puts Westell back up on top by 6. Johnson into the front court. Goes high post to Isom. Isom in the lane. She penetrates. She's bumped, knocked to the ground, and that foul's gonna go against Antrim of Westell. Just the 5th foul. Half Westell. This will be Bronco basketball out in their own basket. Stoughton re-enters the lineup, replacing Antrim for Westell. Isom triggers the ball and now tries to trigger it into Simmons, but it's knocked out of bounds by Gillen, nearly stolen away. Broncos will now have it out of bounds under their own bench. Isom now triggers it into Simmons. Simmons back to Isom. Long 3-pointer left wing, off too strong, but up with it is Voss. Voss for Daleville. Tries to skip it back out to Isom. They almost lose it, but Emmy with it now. It goes down inside to Voss. She's fouled hard. Some dangerous passes there by Daleville, but they're fortunate that on that pass a foul was drawn. And no free throws, however, as that's just the 6th foul of the half on Daleville. Isom trigger it in again, looking. Tries to go into Voss, but throws it away. Up with it for Daleville's bunch. She gives it off to Gillen. Gillen in the backcourt. 5.5 to play here. Quarter number 4. They go down the right baseline, and we got a whistle. 30-second timeout called by Westell. So we'll take a short break. You're listening to Lady Bronco Basketball on Delaware Athletics. Westell basketball on their own basket. Bunch will trigger it in. Bunch looking, gets it into Stoughton, right baseline. She dribbles, penetrates into the lane, goes down inside with it. There's a turnaround jump shot in the lane by Lou Zaders. No good. Rebound spot 4. Got a whistle and a jump ball. Possession arrow in favor of Westell. Bunch triggers it into Gillen. Gillen's three-pointer right baseline is short, but last touch by Isom. Westell retains possession. Lady Warriors still hold on to that 6-point lead. Bunch gets the ball in bounds to Pippin. Out left, that comes to baseline 3 by Bunch is off the back iron. No good. Rebounds cleared off. Finally picked up by Gillen of Westell. Gillen now between the circles. Nearing the 5-minute mark. Gillen penetrates. Loose ball picked up by Westell. Schmiedel. They get it up quickly to Simmons. Simmons down the baseline. Tries to kick it back out to Isom, but it's knocked away and stolen away by Westell. Stoughton now. Walks it up slowly for the Lady Warriors. Whistle and another timeout by Westell. He will take a full timeout. We'll take another break as Westell holds on to a 6-point lead, 40-34, with 4:44 to play in the ball game. You're listening to Lady Bronco Basketball on Delaware Athletics. It'll be Westell basketball. Near side. Stoughton will trigger the ball in for the Lady Warriors. Broncos come out in a 1-3-1. Let's see if they're going to get some traps. Looks to be like not initially, but possibly first or second pass. They go down the baseline. Bunch's three-pointer off the iron. No. Rebound spot 4. Jump ball. Possession arrow. Favors the Lady Broncos. Johnson triggers it in to Simmons, back to Johnson in the front court. Johnson, near side it comes to Isom. Isom trapped on the right wing. She puts it down one dribble, gives it off to Voss, back to Isom right side. They stay on the same side of the floor. She goes inside to Trishelle Johnson. Her shot in the lane is no good. Rebound fought for. There's a tie-up called, and it'll be Lady Warrior basketball. Stoughton triggers the ball inbounds to Gillen. Westell sets up at a 1-4 high set. Gillen now. Goes high right side with it to Bunch. Bunch looking, drives it right side, goes down inside. There's a turnaround shot in the lane by Luzader's no good. That's rebound pulled off by Pippen. They kick it back out on top. Now Gillen with a long three-pointer off the front iron, no good. Rebound's fought for, cleared off by Westell once again. Gillen with the high right side. Bunch had that rebound, kicked it back out to Gillen. Gillen penetrates into the lane, puts up a runner in the lane off the glass and good. Gillen with another bucket extends the Westell lead to 8. I believe that's their biggest of the night. 3:20 to play here. Quarter number 4. Broncos trail it by 8. Near side comes to Isom. Isom penetrates into the lane. Has it knocked away. Loose, picked up by Schmiel. Goes back out. Simmons' three-pointer left wing is too strong, but Voss gets the rebound. She puts it back up. No good, but Audrey's fouled hard. So Audrey will go to the line to shoot a pair.
Small fouls on number 14, Lucy Dillon, number 4.
Voss's first free throws up and good. Substitution for Westell. Gillen sits down back into the lineup. Is not. Second free throw by Voss rattles around and falls. 42-36 score. Broncos tail it by 6 as we near the 3-minute mark. Stoughton, I should say, up with it slowly. Near side it comes to Knott. She's trapped. Skips it across the Bunch. Nearly loses it out of bounds, but they're going to get Voss with the foul. Going after the errant pass. And Westell will retain possession as it knocks things over on the scorer's table. Bunch will go to the line to shoot the one and bonus. 9 fouls against Daleville. And that's Voss's 4th. So she stays in the ball game here with just 2:53 left to play. Shots up and good by Bunch. So the Broncos now trail it by 7. Second free throws off the back iron, no rebound, cleared off by Isom. Isom up with it quickly. Crossover dribble into the lane. She's bumped, knocked to the floor. So Emmy will go to the line. She'll be shooting the one and bonus. So the Broncos with a chance to trim this lead as the clock stopped. Isom's first free throws off the back iron, no good. Loose fought for, cleared off by Westell's Knott. She's guarded close in the backcourt by Isom. Knott in the front court, trapped. Reverses it to Bunch. Bunch straight away, goes down inside. They kick it back outside to Stoughton. Stoughton wisely pulls it back out for Westell. Near side it comes to Knott. Knott to Bunch, high right side. She's trapped, and they get it back off to Knott, top of the key. Knott comes near side to Stoughton, goes between her legs and out of bounds. Turnover. Westell gives the ball back over to Daleville. Broncos force the turnover. They're going to have to convert on this end numerous times if they're going to get back into this one. Johnson triggers the ball, inbounds to Simmons, back to Johnson. Trishelle, not in too much of a hurry as we near the 2:15 mark here of quarter number 4. Ball stolen away. Bunch with it, goes down and lays it in. That puts Westell up on top by 9 as we near the 2-minute mark. Johnson into the front court. Penetrates. Kicks it back out to Isom. Isom penetrates into the lane. Her 14-footer straight away is short, but rebound's cleared off. Kicked back out. There's a 17-footer by Voss. It's no good. Rebound's finally cleared off by Antrim of Westell. She gets it off to they finally get it off, I should say, to Bunch, and there's a whistle and another timeout by Westell. So we'll take another break. Broncos trail it by 9. You're listening to Lady Bronco Basketball and Daleville Athletics. Be Westdale basketball. They still hold a 9-point lead. Minute 44 to play. Knott triggers the ball in bounds to Gillen, who's back in the lineup for the Lady Warriors. Gillen being guarded closely by Johnson. Goes right baseline to Bunch. Bunch gives it off now high to Knott. Knott, left side, comes near side with it to Pippin. Back out on top to Knott between the circles. Knott uses high ball screen. Goes high post, or high right side, I should say, to Gillen. Minute 15 to go in the ball game now. Gillen being pressured at the timeline. Dribbles out of it, backs it back out, nearly has it stolen, picks it up, gives it off to Knott. Knott. Knocked away, stolen away by Johnson. Loose, picked up, and I think it was last touched by Trishelle. No, we're going to whistle the foul against Johnson. Gives the ball back over to Westdale. So the Lady Warriors will go to the line to shoot a pair of free throws and extend this current 9-point lead and really have an opportunity to just about solve things away if they can convert. Knott's first free throws banked in. So the bank is obviously open this evening for Westdale. That's the second banked in shot for them this evening. First was a three-pointer, I believe by Gillen, if I'm not mistaken. Second free throw is off the back iron, too hard, cleared off by Isom. Daleville up with it, trailing by 10 as we go under the 1 minute mark here. Isom drives right baseline. Reverse layup, no good. Rebounds cleared off by Westdale. That's Pippin. She gets it off to Gillen. Gillen is still in the backcourt, being guarded closely by Isom. Finally into the front court goes Gillen, who's knocked away, stolen away up with it for the Broncos. Is Emmy Isom. She stepped back, three-pointer. She's fouled, and let's see if they give her three or two. Nah, I think sure they're just going to give her two, as her foot was on the three-point line. So Isom will go to the line. 35.5 seconds to play. Broncos trailing by 10. Isom's free throws up, nothing but the bottom of the net. Isom's second free throw also good. Makes it a 46-38 ball game, 35.5 seconds to play. Westdale trying to get the ball in bounds against Bronco pressure. They get it into Bunch. Bunch in the front court. She's trapped. Gives it off up, over and back. They say Gillen had not established position in the front court when they received the pass, so they give the ball back over to Daleville. Substitutions. Back into the lineup comes Olivia Covert. She takes out Emmy Isom. Nope. Sitting down is Simmons. That makes a little bit more sense. They want some three-point shooting in there. Johnson lobs it into Voss. Voss puts up a 12-footer on the baseline. No good, but Audrey's going to go to the line and shoot two free throws. So Broncos trail it by 8. Voss can knock down a pair. That would be 6 as we got 28.9 seconds remaining. Audrey's first free throw. Off the back iron, too strong. Substitution for Westdale. Pippin sets down. Luzader re-enters. Voss's second free throw rattles around and goes. Makes it a 46-39 ball game. With that, the Broncos take a timeout. We'll take a short break. You're listening to Lady Bronco Basketball. Brothers. Be Westell basketball, 28.9 seconds to play. They lead it by 7. Broncos look to pick up with some full court pressure defense. Bunch looking triggered in, gets it in to Luzader. Back to Bunch, gets it to Gillen. Gillen in the backcourt, being guarded closely. Now still not in the front court. Whistle and foul is going to go against Dale. They get Emmy Ison with her 4th foul. So to the line will go Gillen to shoot a pair. Looking to build on the 7-point Lady Warrior lead. First free throws up and good.
Number 11, Rosie Pittman, returns for Westell Lions.
Gillen's second free throw also good. That puts Westell back up on top by 9 here. 21 seconds to play. Voss up with it quickly. Gives it off to Isom. Isom penetrates and travels as she tried to set up a three-point shot. Gives the ball back over to the Lady Warriors. 14.7 seconds remaining. 9-point Westell lead. Bunch, trigger in bounds. Gets it into Gillen. Gillen in the front court. And looks like the Broncos are going to let these things time go out, but there's an intentional foul against Trishelle Johnson with 8.2 seconds to play. So Westell will have 2 free throws.
Yeah, well, the intentional foul on number 22, Michelle Middleton. Gracie Gillen shooting 2.
So Gillen goes to the line with 2 free throws. It'll be Westell ball out of bounds after that. Just 8.2 seconds remain. Westell is going to pick up the Mid-Eastern Conference victory tonight. Somewhat disappointing loss for Daleville as they held what appeared to be a significant, if not commanding lead there into the second half. Second free throw is also good, puts Westell up by 11. Bunch triggers the ball in bounds to Gillen. Broncos are going to let him just walk it out. 50-39 is going to be your final score here from Daleville High School. After the first game of our Mid-Eastern Conference doubleheader here. Westell takes the victory. We'll take a short break and be back with some final numbers in game number 1 here. You're listening to Bronco Basketball and Daleville Athletics. We are back here at Daleville High School, where the Lady Broncos have dropped a 50-39 decision to county and conference rival Westell Lady Warriors. We look at the score by quarters. Daleville jumped out to a 10-7 lead, and they extended that lead to 25-17 at halftime as they scored Westell 15-10 in quarter number 2. But it was in the third quarter where the tide turned as Westell outscored Daleville 18-6 in that quarter to take a 35-31 lead at the break. And Westell didn't let up as they outscored Daleville 15-8 in the fourth quarter to give you that final score of 50-39. As we take a look at the elementary girls who've gone to cheerleading camp under the guidance of the varsity cheerleaders out on the court this evening, we will take a short break and be back with hopefully some final scoring totals. You're listening to Daleville Lady Bronco Basketball
Let's hear one more time for our outstanding group of elementary cheerleaders and our outstanding high school cheerleaders who have been working with them.
We're back here at Delva High School wrapping up the girls game, which was taken by the Westell Lady Warriors by the score of 50-49. As we look at the final scoring numbers for the Lady Warriors, the victorious Lady Warriors, they were led by the 19 points of Gracie Gillen. She got her average. Also in double figures for Westell tonight was number 30, Marcy Bunch. She had 15. Those are the only two in double figures. Also cracking the scoring column tonight was Raven Luzada with 5. And 3 points were scored by 3 players. Aiden Smith, Andrea Stoughton, and JC Knott. And also a 2-point field goal was scored by number 12, Kylie Antrim. So the Lady Warriors were again led by the 19 points of Gracie Gillen and the 15 points of Marcy Bunch. As we look at the Lady Broncos, they were led in scoring tonight by the 13 points of Audrey Voss. She was the only Lady Bronco in double figures. Emily Eisen was next up with 9. Trishelle Johnson had 6. 4 points were scored by Olivia Covert, 3 for Gwen Schmiedel, and 2 apiece for Maddie Etchison and Emily Simmons. The victory for Westell runs their record to 5-8, and they jump to 2-5 in the Mid-Eastern Conference. The loss for Daleville drops the Lady Broncos to 3-8, and they are 0-5 in the Eastern Conference play. The Lady Broncos will be back in action again at Delta next Tuesday, and again after that at Elwood on the 29th of December. So the 21st and the 29th of December, the Lady Broncos are not home again until after the county tournament against Madison Grant on January the 18th. That's going to do it for our first game broadcast. We'll take probably a 15-minute or so, 12 to 15-minute break, and be back for the boys' game. You'll listen to Bronco basketball and Delta Athletics. We are coming to you once again from Delville High School for Game 2 of tonight's doubleheader with Westdale. This time we'll feature the boys teams in another Mid-Eastern Conference contest. And I will let you know that in the first game, the Westdale Lady Warriors came back from a 7-point halftime deficit to defeat the Lady Broncos by a 11-point spread, 50-39. So we'll look at the matchups tonight. First for Westdale. They're coached by John McLaughlin. They got tonight's game with a record of 4-4 overall, 1-3 in the Eastern Conference play, which is good for 8th place. After starting the season 4-2, the Warriors have dropped the last 2 games. Their four losses total have all come to teams with winning records, with 3 of those losses coming to the top 3 teams in the Mid-Eastern Conference. Their most recent losses coming to Monroe Central last Saturday night by a score of 71-38, and to Wapahani just last night by a score of 72-48. Westdale will look to snap that losing skid, and they're certainly capable of doing that if Daleville is not ready to play this evening. The Broncos, under Coach Ashley Fouch, entered tonight's game with a 4-1 record overall, 2-1 in Mid-Eastern Conference play.